What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. LA Mamba. It is Sunday, December 17, 2023. I'm here to talk about the tire shop business and multiple streams of income. And let's go. Hey guys, nowadays it's a different story when it comes to the tire shop business. There's more exposure and there's more people actually talking about it, which I love, because, you know, for people that's getting in the business that actually need help and guidance, you know, I'll start back in the day, there wasn't anything. Like, there's nothing online, and like zero. And you know, even though I was like cool because I was, you know, in the business for many years, and anything I want to learn, I would just like do it myself and learn it. But it was just cool to like, oh wow, like here's a little trick, oh here's a little trick, or whatever, you know what I mean? But nowadays it's a different story. Now you got social media, and anytime you need to like get some motivation or whatever, you can look at someone's channel, and then you're like, yeah, that's true, right? And so I really appreciate people that are doing content with the tire shop stuff, and yeah, it's really cool. It's just something that wasn't around before, and at the same time I like to put my stuff out there. So, you know, I like to be more on the serious side, right? Like, you know, talk about how do I do business, and the results I get, and I like to talk about growth and multiple streams of income, which is real estate on my end, right? I like to talk about rentals is my favorite multiple stream of income. But yeah, so like I just, you know, just checking out some things out there, and I'm like, man, that's cool. And there's some people that are really good out there in the business. I can tell just by looking at their stuff, and or looking at their shops through their social media. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like that guy's really good at his stuff, or not, or, you know, just looking at stuff, and I'm sorry. Yeah. So, or people talk, you know, when people are talking about their business or how they do business, and I'm like, man, that guy's fucking a monster. So yeah, it's cool. But anyways, I like to just always talk about tire shop business with you guys, and see where's the next level going, or how you do things, you know what I mean? How I do things, and then just keep growing, because I still need a lot to grow myself. I'm not trying to grow a lot too much in the tire shop business. What I'm trying to do is grow a lot more in the real estate business, you know? That's how I see my future, where that's where my future's at. And there's no right or wrong. Anybody can do it their way. I mean, you can keep growing and growing in the tire shop business. You keep buying more inventory and buy like another location, and make that one your primary, and then switch over whenever you're ready into that primary location, and then now you have more space to like hold even more tires, and you become more successful because of that. You know, there's a lot of ways you can do it, and it all depends whatever you want to do. In my case, I don't want to do that. I want to because everything costs money, right? So everything costs money. So you would have to really choose what you want to do. And so I prefer to put my money in real estate, because whatever happens, this is the way I see it. If someone comes here one day and sues for a bullshit ass reason, and you can't, you know, navigate from not getting sued from that bullshit ass reason, and they hit you with a big ass lawsuit, right? Whatever amount it is. And it's like, okay, your business is done, let's just say you can't, you know, find a way to like save it, right? It can happen to anybody. Again, it can happen to me, it can happen to you, anybody. And it's like, oh shoot, like, okay, well, there goes my business, right? For whatever reason, you can't save it. Just say it's gone, right? So for myself, I still have. Okay, so properties, each single property is considered a business too, because there's an income, there's an expense, there's growth. Of course, you can lose if you're not doing it right, or whatever. Even if you're doing it right, sometimes tenants don't pay. But every single property is considered a business. Just so you guys know, if you guys didn't know that. That's why it goes like in your taxes. It gets filed like that too when it comes to the income and expenses. And most people, or a lot of people, put them in each property in the LLC. I don't like to do that because there's a pretty big cost. I'd rather just put it into a trust. And but it's still, regardless, it's still a business. So, if I lose a business like this, my favorite baby, right? It is my best asset. Then it would be, I still got that property over there that's producing income, that business over there, right? That first one, the second one, I got that one. I got the third one, I still got that one. I got the fourth one, I still got that one. I got the fifth one, I still got that one. And on, right? You just, whatever you worked hard for, you got you still got other businesses, right? You can grow those businesses. You can do things to make them worth more money. You can sell them. You can build on them. There's a lot of things you can do in real estate. And so you have, let's say you have like or whatever, you have multiple streams of income. Like if I have this and that and this and that on the side of all that, and I lose one, well, guess what? It doesn't cripple me where I have to make drastic changes in my lifestyle. I'm still gonna live in the same place. I'm still gonna have my same toys, right? It's just that I'm not gonna be growing no more. I'm just gonna be stable. Like that. For me, that's just the way it's gonna be. Like, I'm still gonna have everything I have, but it's just gonna be minus the tire shop. And the thing is, the tire shop is like my motor, like my engine. So that motor, I'm gonna call it my LS engine, right? Or I'm gonna call it my twin turbo LS engine. Well, that business is actually the one that's gonna move me forward into getting to other destinations, right? But if I don't have that motor, well, the car just sits there and that's it. And that's exactly what it would happen to me. I would just sit there, and that's it, right? But I set myself on purpose this way because the way I see things, the way I've been through things, and the way I see the California law is, out here in California, it's very easy for you to get sued. Anybody, it's very easy. I mean, you've never been in court before. I think you need a lot more business to go to. It's just you need more experience, pretty much, right? Like it happens, and it's always like some bullshit ass fucking thing. But it goes to show they also, even for some bullshit ass small things, they can also do some bullshit ass big things. And so if that's the truth, and which it is, then it's like, okay, you better prepare yourself in case something happens, which is exactly what I've done for many years for myself, right? And so, I've seen a lot of times where someone builds one big business and that thing gets, destroyed, cut, or they lost it, or, something happened, business went wrong, and man, now they're really screwed. Like they really got screwed, like their whole life changed. Like even to the point with family and all that, like people get divorces and all this stuff. Like kids freaking don't see them the same because their mind is somewhere else. I mean, the story can go on and on and on. It can be any kind of big business. And I'm sure you guys see a lot of stories like that too, even like on movies and stuff, documentaries on Netflix or whatever. And I was there one day and deciding, what route I want to go, and it was like, yeah, I don't want to go that route. And so what I did was, just so you know, I played it safe, and I made this business become house money, right? So house money is pretty much when you work, you save money, and that money buys something, and then that something, you sell it, you get your money back, and then you have profit, and so then you buy something else, you sell it, and you go on, and you got profits, right? And then you get your money back. And now let's say with the profits, you buy the same thing again, but instead of using your money, you already kept your money back. You use your money to buy the thing that you're buying originally, but you have your money in your pocket, and now it's house money you're playing with. So throughout the years, I've done it over and over and over and over and over, that I just became pretty much everything at the shop became house money, right? Like I worked and I used my money, I got it back, and left the profits with the tires, right? Over and over, with racks, freaking lift, freaking everything, computers, machines, get your money back. And so what I got with my money, I bought real estate, and now that produces income, and my money's over there. So really, my money that I work for, it's in real estate, it's not here. And so I use this as house money. So like, if something happens to this business one day, I'm not gonna be crying, because I already got my money back out of it, and I just use it over and over, and just, it gets bigger. You can keep using it, and at the same time, that house money produces money, and I use that money for real estate again. Like, it just spills over to the real estate bucket, right? And so that's how I do it. But it doesn't mean like, that's the way you're gonna do it. You're gonna be probably like, oh, I love the business, it makes a lot of money, I want to use my house money and my personal money to grow it even bigger, and make a big business out of it, which you can too. Everybody does it differently, and you can make it grow and grow and grow and make millions from it. And it all depends whatever you want to do, it's all good. As for my business, I still have a lot of employees, and I still have enough work for them all year long, and they're not suffering from like not enough hours. It doesn't mean like I have a ton of employees, it's just I have some, but what I'm saying is like the business supports that and more. Even in the slow times, like I told you guys in the last video, this is the slowest time of the year. It doesn't mean there's no work at all. It just means it doesn't make as much money as it did or does before. And which is fine. There's good and bad at every business, and I'd much rather have this than other businesses that were like not even making money at all, like realtors right now and the loan officers. Man, those guys are like super slow right now. Yeah, it's gonna start picking up because the interest rate just barely dropped like a few days ago. But man, they went like a few months where like they're making $0, and if they didn't save money, then they're hurting. For the people that did save money, then they're cool, right? But we don't got that. We got here in this business every single day make money, pretty much. Yesterday made money, today we're gonna make money, tomorrow I'm gonna make money, right? Even though it's a little bit, like, cause it went down, as you say, but I still made it. Oh man. Anyway, so everybody does business differently, and the way I do things is, whenever I have things I gotta buy in the future or use money as expense, then I'm gonna use that business for that reason only, pretty much. So I'm sure I use this example in my other videos, but if you guys didn't catch it, so what I do is I have a goal for the week, and I work hard. All my money goes for that reason, and it's income money. It's not like money I have in the bank. Money in the bank, if I need to, I'll grab some from there, but usually it's income money, that money that's created during the week. and which is awesome because now like I can use that for whatever reason I want, and you know, life is not about growing. It's a big part of it, but sometimes you got expenses you got to pay, you know, and you're not gonna grow for paying expenses. I just say on certain stuff. So, but for the most part, yeah, you can use your money to grow and grow and grow. And so like what I do, let's just say like 1 week or 2 weeks, let's call it 2 weeks, right? I have to do a renovation on the property, but I use all that money for that purpose. So like, let's say my guy working on my unit, I have material expense and labor expense. So all for the labor expense for that week, I work hard, I pay him for the week, and then I put the materials on the credit card. Next week, same thing. I work hard, they work hard, and made money, pay him for that second week, labor, put more materials on the credit card, and they are done, let's just say, right? Let's say next week after that, I have a little pause because they have another job somewhere else. I work that week to pay that credit card off, because it comes down to like a few thousand, right, when you're doing renovations. Next week after that, they get back to work on my second unit they got to work on. They work on that. Same thing. I pay them for the week, labor. I put on the credit card expenses, materials. Next week, same thing. They get the unit done. I pay him off. Next week after that, I pay the credit card off. And then let's say next week after that, we're doing a wall, right? Building a big wall. Buying materials, credit card, paying him labor. These are just examples of how I do things. Pay him off at the end of the week. And then next week after that, he finishes up the wall, pay him for the week. And then credit card stays. At the same time, I still got to do other maintenance with that wall. Well, not maintenance, but like additions. So like I fill it all super nice with like plants and like, so they won't right on my wall. I put like fake leaves on it. I pay that guy that week. And then at the same time, I'm paying off the credit card, right? And then next week after that, you know, save. Let's just say I have nothing going on, so I save. Whatever it is, I don't know. There's always things I gotta buy. Maybe I buy tires, you know. Next week after that, like I buy some 500 tires, so I pay for that off. And then next week after that, save. And then next week after that, I decide I want to buy a car, so then I buy this car. So I pretty much use hustle money. So I use that money, I paid it off, along with like some Cash App money and credit card money and Zelle money, right? Some saving money, and I just became very creative to paying that car off when I bought it. And then I would just, you know, continue like that. That's the way I do things. And I know everybody does it differently, but the way I figure is that if I focus on one thing and I channel all my money to go to that one thing for that week, then I'll be able to get advance real fast, right? And so like, let's say like when it comes to like Christmas bonuses, when it comes to the shop business, coming up, you know, it's coming up already, so I'll focus on that. So work hard for that week and to like have enough money to like, you know, use all that money to like for Christmas bonuses for the employees, you know. So the point is like, that's how I do things with my tire shop business. And this is the majority where it makes money here. Yes, I do make money from the rentals. All that money goes to like mainly for the expenses for the to take care of themselves, you know. Yeah, sometimes of course I gotta pay out of pocket for some things, like also like this week I had to do a furnace for one of the tenants. It was like $1,000. But To me, I just, it's an expense that it's like I call it a cap X expense, where it's like a big expense where it's not like I gotta like fix the toilet, not small stuff like that, it's like it's something that just bigger than and it doesn't come in often, like that thing will probably come like once every, I don't know, 7 years or something. I'm not sure, right? How much those things last. It could be less, it could be more. But that's something that's not common, and so that unit's fixed for like years, so that I'm not gonna have that expense for years. So again, I call it a CapEx. And so I just do that, and then and paid off my just personal money pretty much. And for everything else, the income of the properties, it gets paid off on its own by the income of the property. And so yeah, so everything gets maintained like that. But it all started from the tire shop business. Like you like time goes by, like let's just say like you feel you're a super stud, right? Like, oh yeah, I'm badass at the tire shop business. And if you have no other expenses, like, oh yeah, you are for that moment. But the moment you're like, okay, well now I want to grow and looking into other things. Let's say real estate's the answer for you, let's just say. And so like now you're like, okay, now well, what I'm gonna do now? Buy this, buy that, right? And then you come to realization, like, man, like real estate's a lot bigger than what I have, like money and shit. Like, real estate's always gonna beat your ass. And to the point is like, you're gonna try to afford that? Nah, you can't afford that, man. It's like, that's it. Like, you gotta go smaller. And you're like, oh shit, man, I thought I was a kid. I thought I was a shit in the tire shop business, but you go on in real life, and then you like try to buy other properties, and see you can't afford them because they're just too big and more expensive. You're never gonna out earn real estate. You know what I mean? They're too big, they're too powerful. You know what I mean? Like, you're good with the tire shop business, and you think you're the king there, but in reality, it's like, man, like you get humbled by real estate. You're like, oh shit, okay, I gotta do everything right. I gotta do everything legit. Like, there ain't no cheating the system when it comes to real estate. Like, it's all legit. It's all real work. You know what I mean? It's also like you can't shortcut that and shit. You know what I mean? So that's what I love about real estate, man. Like, if you think you're cocky and all that, try to go buy some real estate, then you're gonna get humbled real quick. But anyways, at the same time, that's super solid. It's like a boat, man. I always see real estate like a boat. It just moves real slow. It can carry a lot of things, a lot of people or whatever, depending on how big it is. But you can get to your destination on the other side, wherever you're trying to go with them. It can be a far distance trip. It can be a short trip. It can be a big old boat. It can be a smaller boat. I mean, that's real estate for you right there. And that just is perfectly describing real estate, in my opinion. You can make it move faster, if it makes more money, but you can't move too fast with it. It can be super slow. It can be super safe, the way it's built. It can be a little bit more risky, the way it's built. But just it's all different. And I love it, man. I just, that's why I kind of switched my my videos from multiple streams of income when it comes just to like buying things and renting them out to rentals, pretty much. Multiple streams of income. I pretty much mainly talk about the rentals now, because I know like it just you can't really compare with other things. And so like I just like I talk about the real estate instead, because it's just like if you're gonna get into it, and let's just say you like work really hard and all you can afford was a duplex, right? Like, man, like I freaking all my hard work at the tire shop, and this is all I can afford. Fuck it, first time buying it or whatever. And let's just say like you didn't go far with the real estate. Let's just say like, man, it's just too expensive, guy. I mean, I can easily afford the duplex with time, and it's cash flowing every single month, and every single year is making more money, and every single year the mortgage is coming down, and all that. And so like, oh, I like this, you know, like years go by, it becomes more valuable. You know, if you bought in Cali, then again, I always talk about Cali, but if you bought in a decent spot, and it's increasing in value, and like, oh shit, man, like I'm actually doing the math, like every single year is like, I don't know, let's just say it's increasing like, you know, $70,000 a year on average. I own it for like 6 years, and this, you know, it's been going up like this ever since, kind of, you know. Of course it's like the whole economy or whatever, but but the point is, like, you're like, even if it goes down like 70,000 for 1 year, you're still very good, because you're like, man, like I've been winning this whole time. I don't mind if it goes down a little bit for a little while. Later on, it's gonna go up again. But anyway, let's just say it's like, all right, well, you know, this single property is gonna take me real far, and it does take you very far, by the way. It'll take you to a place where you never thought you'll be, just because you bought property and it just sat and it made you money every single month, and they appreciated every single year. And so, and you're gonna get to a point where you don't even believe it, like, oh shit, like this duplex is very valuable now, and it's only a duplex, you know, and it's only you know, 2 units, and it's like, oh shit, well, I did very good buying this property, man, like and so if someone has done this before, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're like, oh shit, like I love real estate, like I'm gonna actually keep this shit forever, if, you know. Let's just say you never had like more education in real estate and you just stayed there. I know a lot of people like this, like they start learning about real estate, they do a move, they buy a property, and they don't continue their education. They just like only continue the education with what they gotta do right now, like how to do a lease, how to, like, whatever, all these little laws, like how do I if I'm gonna evict, how do I evict? If I'm gonna like return a deposit and get a new guy, how do I do that? If people ask me for new stuff on my unit, do I do it or not? All these things. What if people are fighting for parking and all that, whatever? Like, you start like learning only things about that. You don't learn about like the whole real estate industry, and you just stick with your duplex, and that thing takes you real far. You're gonna be like, damn, man, like I wish I bought another duplex, like, you know, 2 years ago. Let's just say an example, right? And that's what happens. It's like, it'll be like, shit, like I didn't know this was gonna be like this good. And so yeah, but that's just the way that, and that's just for one property and just using one example. And that's why I'm like thinking like, you know what, I'm gonna just switch over to talking about real estate more, because, you know, yeah, you can make more cash flow with other things, but they just think about, you go years down the line with that one thing that makes cash flow. How much money did he make in those many years, compared to like if you would have had enough money to save a little bit more and then bought a piece of property in a good location, right? I'm not talking about like the places where like, man, like I can't freaking make this thing grow anywhere. Whatever I do to this thing, I build all kinds of crap on the fucking property. It doesn't make it more valuable. It's like shit, like. I'm not talking about those places. I'm talking about good locations, man. Like a lot of population and growing cities, and growing businesses right there. The workforce is growing, and all that. Like those are the type of places that you gotta be in. Even if it costs more expensive, you can only afford a duplex. Because with time, that thing's gonna just become more and more valuable, and that's where you're gonna make your big money. But that's, again, it's just me, my thing. I know some people like cash flow, and that's fine. I used to be all into the cash flow when I started in the business. Like cash flow, it's all about cash flow. But you'll see when time goes by, and then you're like, oh shit, I wish I bought in a different location with that money. Like I have one like that now, and it's like, it's cool, or 2 of them, and it's cool, but it's like, Oh man, I got a sound right now, man. I got a sound to put it in a different place, a different market, just so they can appreciate it more in the next 10 years, right? Those things already did their job anyways, you know. So that's what I'm looking into right now. Is like, you know, that's my next move. I think saw one or two potentially in the next, you know, 4 to 6 months, and doing 1031 into buying a better location, for many reasons, or go bigger if I can, and how much I can buy. But the point is, like, there's so much you can do with that. So like, that's why I switched over my channel. It's like, man, I just love it, man. I love real estate. There's just so much ways to make money in that thing. And it's like, and when you do, like, when you're renting things, I'm like, yeah, it's cool if you have a little bit of money, you buy something, you make that thing make money, it's cool. You have enough money to, like, you know, buy food here and there, or pay for your gas here and there, pay for your cell phone or whatever it is, like that kind of money, right? Like, you don't gotta suffer. But it just doesn't compare to other ways of making money with real estate. But anyways, yeah, I just want to go talk to you a little bit about that. I'm just really happy, like, how things are going. We're about to open up our shop today to make some money today, Sunday. Usually the busiest day of the week. We'll see if that's true today. Yeah, guys, continue your education with the tire shop business. If you're interested in, you know, any type of video I should make, let me know. I'll make an effort to make it as soon as I can, because I just, you know, things always pop up and I want to talk about other things, and then I kind of like forget to make some videos sometimes, because it's like, man, I want to talk about this today, and then so yeah, if you want to make a video for a certain topic about tire shops, let me know. I'll make the video, and then yeah, just comment, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you go. See you guys next time. Mamba out.